Hey, Casey.
Hey, Ashley. Happy birthday week.
Thank you. So exciting.
I heard from someone, you, that you went and sang the 10-minute All Too Well, Taylor's
I
version
sure
at
did.
karaoke,
Oh my
which
gosh.
is wild that you didn't get like burnt at the stake and driven out of town because I feel like most people want to do that if you sing a 10-minute version of a song at
I
karaoke.
know, right?
But I love it. But I love it.
I went up, I was like, can I sing a 10-minute song? And he was like, sure, whatever, no one else is singing.
I have done that at karaoke. It's a marathon,
It is. It is. My goodness.
but that's not what this is all about. What are we doing here?
Well, here is our podcast or something. Something like that. Nostalgic nightcaps, where we talk about all of the wait.
Do I say
You're supposed
that?
to say that part. Oh,
You just kept going. I was gonna let you run with it.
sorry.
Here at our podcast, Nostalgic Nightcaps, we take a look at the movies, TV shows, books, pop culture, etc. of the past and kind of reanalyze and critique and contextualize it and just talk about the things that we absolutely loved and the things that might not have turned out so well.
Maybe didn't hold up, uh, such as this. No, honestly, this one was pretty good. And there are some episodes that aren't as good.
Better than some, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for sure.
And not only do we talk about these things, but we pair it with a themed drink, which is like a cocktail, mocktail, coffee drink, or whatever we decide that week.
Yeah. This week we are talking about the show What Not to Wear, American version, not Taylor's version,
What? Not Taylor's version?
not Taylor's version.
Was there other versions of this?
Oh yeah, you didn't know that? Oh my God, Casey, where have you
Condescending
been?
son of a bitch.
Yeah, it started as a UK show.
That makes sense because
Yeah,
everything at that
you're right.
time especially did.
hmm
I would love to watch that actually.
I have seen a few, and it's just not as good. It's too British for me, you know?
No, I hear you.
Like the style was just like different and the way that they talked
Mhm.
about things and but I'm sure it was a lovely show.
Oh,
So,
I'm trying to be real nice to the Brits right now. Let me in your country.
please, I need to get out of here.
They're not doing so hot right now either, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, so cool. I didn't know that it was a remake, a
it
retooling.
was indeed. But the American one ran for 10 seasons. I did not realize that. It went from 2003 to 2013,
Okay.
345 episodes.
They used to just
My goodness,
bang those out.
that is a lot.
I mean, to be fair, it's probably a really cheap show to make, if I had
Yeah,
to guess.
true. I mean, they do give him $5,000.
Yeah, but the most expensive thing is paying the hosts.
True. Yeah, there's not a lot of overhead going on. But the concept of the show is there is a person who is deemed by their friends and family to have bad style. And so they nominate them to go on the show and get a complete makeover where they have to agree to throw away whatever items in their wardrobe that Stacy and Clinton say they have to. And they get this $5,000 to go shopping. They get a whole makeover. It's a whole thing. It's
By our girl Carmindy.
oh my God, I love Carmindy.
When she came on screen, I went, Carmindy!
She's the best. She seems so sweet.
I will say, she has one first name and a one note makeup look.
Yeah, true.
She's only credited as Carmody, no last name, which I love that for her.
Yeah.
And she always kind of does a taupey, light smoky eye.
Yeah, she does.
To be fair, that's all I can do as well on
Yeah,
other
I mean,
people.
I hardly do anything. So, you know what? She goes for like a bold lip.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
liked that. I liked that on
Good
this one.
stuff.
Tell me which episode? Because I almost got the internet was telling me a lot of different
Yeah, that
things.
was, I don't know what was going on there, but
Hmm.
this is season 5, episode 3 about Jenny C.
Jenny C.
And here's the little blurb. Atlanta, Georgia is home to 30-year-old Jenny. She works as a registrar for a local creative college. Jenny's style is described as Southern girl meets Betty Page meets thrift store love. Will Stacy and Clinton be able to help this thrift-loving lady? It's thrift.
I have a couple things to say just about that. Okay, first of all, she was 30?
Yeah.
Okay, see that this is nothing about how she looks. It's just like style has changed so much that we just look so different.
Hmm.
And I thought she was like 35, 36, just because of how she dressed.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. It's even like after, even
Yeah.
like the
Oh my
makeover was
God.
like older than.
I have so much to say
We'll,
about
we'll
those
talk about
outfits.
that.
And another, I really thought that the way that they described this, the way you described it as like pin-up girl, I was really expecting a lot more
Yeah.
pin-up and vintage. Her style was more like I go to Savers and I buy
Like the
$3
cheapest.
just shirts
Mhm.
that fit.
Yeah.
Not even.
Barely. Yeah, it really wasn't. And the way that she described her own style, because they always do a little like interview before they know that they're going on the show, and she described it as what was it, futuristic Victorian pinup, which doesn't make any sense. Like that is not how she dresses at all.
No, 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 no. That is not how she dresses, but I love that
Yes.
as a concept. And I do like
Yes.
how they did find a boot that did have that style. And I was like,
It
yes.
did. Yes. I loved that boot. That was a
I liked
good
that boot a
boot.
lot.
Mm.
That was a good boot.
She she got so many shoes.
Yeah, those boots were the only thing I liked that she got.
The only thing I think there's a few. There was some good. They got her some good jeans.
The dress she was wearing actually really surprised me, but we'll get all into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I tell you about our drink this week too to go with it?
Please, I'm dying for a drink to go with my Stacy London and Clinton Kelly
Yes.
bitch fest.
Yes. And this I Matt gave me the idea. It just worked.
Okay.
It's a an old fashioned. I made it into a cherry old fashioned to go with the pinup vibe of it all. It's the way that Clinton and Stacy were saying that all of her clothes are very, I mean, because they're thrifted, but also just the style of them was like 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. So the old fashioned. There you
I
have
love
it.
that. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So you have 1.5 ounces of bourbon, 1 ounce of orange liqueur, 1 ounce of maraschino cherry juice, 2 dashes of bitters, and maraschino cherries for garnish. And I just wanted to keep it simple. We're not doing muddling, okay? We're just combining those things. The bourbon liqueur, the cherry juice. Combine those, pour over ice, add your couple dashes of bitters, and then just garnish with the maraschino cherries. Pretty easy.
Or four maraschino cherries.
Oh yeah, like the
Just
whole
like,
jar if you want.
yeah,
Like
yeah, like the entire surface of drink should be covered
yes.
in
And you're,
cherry.
you're gonna have this drink in a bowl so that you can have even more. Just spread.
And you're gonna bob for
Yeah,
cherries.
cherries.
It's ridiculous.
That is part of it. That's part of the drink. So
That sounds amazing. Having cherries do not last long in my fridge. I because every
so
time I like
good.
go in the fridge, I'm like, okay, oh.
Yeah. Delicious.
I'm wondering, how did you come upon this show? This fashion reality show of the 2000s?
Hmm.
Because what?
Yeah. What is going on here? As you are well aware, I was a weird child and I would just watch really strange things. But I loved TLC when it was, I mean, probably not anymore.
You don't love the Bates family and the sister wives and the who else can I name?
I don't even know what's on there now. But
I have not seen one episode of Sister Wives, but I am obsessed with that show. I listen to multiple podcasts about
oh
it.
my God.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so fun because they all except for the last wife separated from Cody Brown, who looks like a shoe and not a good shoe, and it's wonderful. Anyways, sorry. Please continue.
I mean, it was never really, it's supposedly the learning channel, but even back in the early
Okay.
2000s, it was not. I mean, it was learning about fashion, I guess, and this, but I would watch anything on there. I watched Say Yes to the Dress all the time.
Mm.
Loved it.
What was it called?
Oh,
Panina.
Panina Tornay.
Yeah, you
So good.
you introduced me to that shit.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know. I loved this show. I don't know. I think I've been just an old soul my whole life.
Yeah, you really have. That's what I
Yeah.
love about you. It really
Aw.
tamed me in my wild
Yeah,
ways.
yeah. So you didn't watch this before you met me, I'm assuming.
No, Ashley. No, I didn't watch this before you. Oh my God. When we became friends, you were like, these are all the things I'm into. And I'm like, I like
You're like,
TV.
what?
No, I was like, I'll watch anything. You have cable,
Yeah,
I'm coming over, and we're gonna spend
all right.
all day Saturday watching
We're watching
bullshit.
all of this.
And this was definitely one I remember. I then remember that they had what not to underwear we were like obsessed with.
Yes, so
That
good.
was kind of fun, but I'm wondering if it holds up in the year of
Yeah, I don't know.
2025. And then I remember, I think it was like the Style Network, I want to say, or something that had like a lot of other different shows. Like they had that salon show where they like switch places.
Yes.
And I remembered that one specifically because they had a woman from like a small town working in like Los Angeles and she didn't know how to do foils. And so she used one of
Um,
those caps.
oh
If you listeners are not aware of a
my
highlighting cap,
gosh.
it is torture on, like, it is torture.
I bet. I have not experienced it.
My mom had one, and which is
Mhm.
wild because she has curly hair, and I'm like, what were you doing to your
Yeah.
head? Can you even feel anything in your head anymore? And she did it to me one time, which was ultra bad because I have very thick hair.
Mhm. The holes are tiny.
Yeah, you have a hook and you dig into the holes and you pull out small strands of hair, which hurts to begin with, especially because you don't know how
Yeah.
deep you're going in the skull. And
Mhm.
then my hair just gets so tangled so easily.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom trying to take it off. And I was just like, Mom, no. I was just crying. I'm like, I'll just cut my head off. I don't care anymore.
Oh.
Anyways, that's what I remember from that. But you always made me watch these weird shows like that. And
Yeah.
I will say that What Not to Wear is like we watched that one a
A
lot.
lot.
And we were like, let's get your mom on this
I
show.
know. I know. My poor mom. That was,
That's all I remember.
yeah.
And I haven't seen another episode since probably 2008
It
at the
has been a
latest.
very long time
Mhm.
since I have watched it, and it was fun to go back.
Yeah, it was fun. But the reason we are doing this is because
Oh my
the
goodness.
next week, Clinton Kelly and Stacey London's new show, Where Whatever the F You Want, is coming
Hmm.
out, which we are going to do a bonus episode
Yes.
about to
It's gonna be
see
so
like
good.
what's the difference and I don't know. I'm curious to see like if they're gonna talk about like what they've learned and what
Mhm.
mistakes they made and stuff. Because it kind of seems like they're trying to, reinvent the fashion reality show of it all. Because that's not really a thing
Yeah.
anymore
No, it
either.
really isn't. Yeah. I don't know. I am curious what they're gonna do with it because I don't know. It's still it's called wear whatever the F you want, but they're still gonna be doing some sort of like it's some kind of makeover type thing.
Well, I wonder if they'll just like try and help them find clothes that like on this one, which they did not do a very good job of. I'm so sorry. But try to find clothes that are still within like what the person wants but fit better. And like honestly, I have a really terrible sense of style. I'm like, I honestly had to ask our friend Colleen, I'm like, how do you put together an outfit? And
Yeah.
she like taught me. She's like, okay, well, if you do this and this and like put some earrings on, like some jewelry and like have a bag that matches. And I'm still like,
Yeah.
I still sometimes put things on and I'm like, this is just
Yeah.
nonsense.
I I am not good at putting together outfits either.
My my go-to outfit. Yeah. Yeah. So disclaimer, by the way, we are not fashion experts
Oh no,
at all. At all.
absolutely not.
Stacy and Clinton in 2006 would have thrown away my entire closet. I bet
Hmm.
you anything.
Yeah.
But my go-to outfit is just like a black maxi dress with
Hmm.
some earrings and like a cute shoe. And it's
Yeah.
like chic and whatever, but like that's what I can do. That's my talent. That's
Yeah.
as far as that extends.
Yeah. I do not accessorize. I don't wear jewelry like ever
Yeah.
beside my wedding ring, which I don't even wear except for when I leave the house.
I had to take mine off because I got a bunch of orange juice.
Oh
I
no.
made I made a an orange syrup
Yeah.
because I've been really into that. Not even for this
Yeah.
podcast. I just like have been into
Just
it.
in general.
And so I peeled a bunch of oranges and I got like citrus under my
Oh,
ring. And all of a sudden
yeah.
I was like that night I was like, "Oh my God, this like it's burning." And I had to
Oh
like
God.
yank them off and I had to cut.
Oh,
So, yeah, I don't really wear a lot of jewelry either.
yes, that's an end well.
Anyways, back to you, Ashley.
Oh, back to me. Yeah, I don't know. I wear a lot of like my at work every single day. Black skinny jeans, black Vans, and a t-shirt pretty much, or a
Yep.
polo shirt. Like that's it.
Hmm. Yep.
Has like a plaid button up. And
Hmm.
then I just like carry that over to I just wear that all the time. Easier.
You have Chessie's fashion sense now.
I do.
Didn't
Yeah.
you sent me a picture and you're like, I'm
I
Chessie.
know. Yeah.
It was cute.
I've been a big fan of the button downs lately. But anyway, this gal on the show who describes herself as futuristic Victorian pinup, and then her friends who nominated her said something about like housewife. Um, what did they say?
Housemaid, librarian, stripper, which actually
Okay.
I get. I feel
Yeah.
like my style is like librarian, witch, uh something else like that. Like not stripper, but like lady of the night, I would say.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, that
know what I
makes
mean?
sense. Mhm.
Yeah. So I get it. But I like how they
Yeah.
always had to go in threes. They're like,
I know.
these are the things that she is.
Yes.
I feel like that's what we would do too.
And they kept saying that she was like goth. She really wasn't. I don't understand that.
No offense to what's her name? Jessica? Jenny. No offense to
Jenny.
Jenny
Yeah.
C's friends, but they didn't dress very well either.
That is true. I was also thinking that.
She she looked kind of hurt. Like really
Yeah,
hurt.
she
She
did.
kind of the look on her face kind of got to me because she knew exactly who, which okay, it's so funny that this show was that ubiquitous in
Yeah.
2006 that people knew because I would have
Mhm.
known.
Oh
You would have
yeah,
known.
absolutely.
Especially because it's like not a show that we talk about really anymore. Like it's
No.
not a big pop culture staple. Like sometimes
Hmm.
people be like, "Oh, remember Stacey London?"
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
But she saw them and she was kind of like crying.
I know.
And I was like, I bet that doesn't feel good, especially because she was not just in front of her friends, but there was a big crowd of people that were a big audience of people that
Yeah.
were watching this happen.
Yeah. And it was like all her friends and family in there, and they all brought her clothes and like threw them on the stage. Like, oh,
That, okay, Ashley, Ashley, if you ever, we will never talk again.
yes.
I want you to know I love you dearly and you're my longest friend.
Yeah.
If you ever signed me up for that show, I would have lost your number.
I know, right? I wanted to do it to my poor mom.
Oh my God, yeah. It just that kind of got me because I could tell she was trying not, she was trying to be a good sport about it,
Yeah.
but it did kind of seem like she was actually pretty hurt by it.
Hmm. Yeah. I think too, like they hardly touch on this, but it is such a like body image thing. Like people dress a certain way because that's how they feel comfortable. They're either able to like, hide things that they want to hide or like, they don't feel comfortable in things that fit well. Basically, they don't want to show things. And what she said, she was like, I need to lose 50 pounds. And it's like, oh my God, like she's like totally fine.
Yeah. So this was also 2006, which was like prime thin is so
Hmm.
in, which we are
Yeah,
seeing a huge resurgence of
I
at the
know.
moment, which is very
Ugh.
upsetting. So we're just like, we're very much in the time of the Paris Hilton and like
Mm.
all of that stuff. Like we are 2 years away from Rachel Zoe getting her own show, and she's like got all of the thin girlies under her thumb. It's
Yeah,
we are just like in this time of being skinny is all that matters.
yeah. And like ultra skinny.
Yes, because Jenny is not fat.
No, no, she's not.
You could tell how 2006 this was
Right.
because of the way they kept talking about her butt. And I was like, she doesn't have a butt at all.
Yeah. Right. It wasn't like a big butt like
No.
we see today. With
And I don't want to talk about her body like this, but I'm just saying like it
yes.
is so weird saying that because it wasn't even particularly like curvy.
Yeah, I think too, I do appreciate that Stacy and Clinton were always very like body positive and like,
Absolutely.
dress for the body that you have right now and you can look amazing in clothes right
Hmm.
now, even if you don't feel comfortable and you don't have to change your body to be fashionable and to look good. So that was good. That was a nice message.
Stacy was like with watching her when they were watching her shopping without, interfering. And she
Hmm.
said something about her body or whatever. And she's like, no, 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 don't say like we don't believe that or something like that. Like it was very obvious that they don't put women down for how they look, and I do really appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, because a lot of shows at the time did. Like
Yeah.
we should talk about America's Next Top Model once because that was horrendous. Oh my God.
I was just talking about America's Next Top Model because, okay, this is so off track and the dumbest thing ever, but I saw a dog.
What?
Bear with me. This is a walk to America's Next
Okay.
Top Model. I saw a dog that was really small but had like the fiercest look on that dog's face. And I was like, look at that dog strut. And I was just like saying all this stuff because the dumbest person who's ever gone outside.
Was it Smize?
And then I said, actually, Tyra Banks would have said that he needed to smize
Yeah.
more. And Ryan was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, me at 13 years old, like just awkward and ugly as shit, being like, to these tall, thin, beautiful women, like, she looks like shit. She
I
can't
know,
model. I'm
right?
like,
I know.
okay, bitch, go
Oh
sit
God.
down.
Yes. What are you talking about?
It's like when you watch like a cooking show and you're eating a hot pocket and you're like,
Right. You're like, I could do better.
you didn't base that.
Yeah.
Shut up.
You didn't add salt.
Ooh, weirdly, that did come up recently. But yes, I think we should watch that
You
because
should.
that
It
did
was,
a whole ass number to my
oh
developing brain.
yeah. Uh-huh. To like all of society.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did a big disservice.
It was a net negative on society,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Scary. But anyway, they did not do that here. They really helped her to like accentuate the parts of her body that she did like. And anyway, so that is good. I was not they talked a lot about the quality and like the fit of her clothes before, which the
Mhm.
quality was very, a lot of like polyester and whatever, like not
Walmart, Target.
yeah. Yeah, which whatever.
I loved that 70s dress that she had, that purple one. That was
Yes,
so freaking cute.
I
I
thought
would
it
wear
was really
that.
cute. I don't know why they hated it so
And
much.
she looked great in it.
She did. I didn't understand that at all.
No.
I also thought that at the end, the clothes didn't fit her that great then either.
No, 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 no. The problem with this show is that they try to be so trendy that it ends
Hmm.
up looking so bad because all the cuts in 2006 looked like shit.
Yeah. Pretty much.
The cuts and the material.
Hmm.
Most of the things that they picked for her to wear, for like nicer things at the office, I was like,
Yeah.
she looks she looks like she just was shopping at Walmart again. And no, like
Yeah.
that's no offense to people that shop at Walmart. I have clothes from Walmart from the
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus collection back in 2008, okay?
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. But I'm like, she doesn't look like she's wearing anything nice. She doesn't look like she has style.
Hmm.
She pretty much has gone from wearing something that is was $3 to something that was over $200. And I'm like,
Yeah. But looks the same.
they do this like sometimes more than others, but they really didn't teach her how to put an outfit together. And all the outfits that they did put together looked horrible together. And they even said they're like,
Hmm.
oh, that doesn't look good together, but you see how the pieces, and I'm like, teach her how to put an
Oh yeah,
outfit
then like
together.
make it so that the pieces are going well together. That outfit that you're talking about was really awful. It's like the lacy shirt. She looked like a romantic era poet.
Yeah.
Like the brown thing over it. That was really bad.
Oh my God, how dare they try to say that they livened up her wardrobe when she had only brown clothes at the end.
I know. Way too much brown.
Fuck you. That is like the beige of 2006. And I like some brown with like some yellows and oranges. Like that's cute. She had so much of just brown.
Hmm. Yeah. Way too much.
And I don't think she looked very good in it. I don't think that that color was like very much for her.
Yeah, I think that the thing was they were trying, what they said was that because she had this like goth look with her little bangs and the bob and like the bright lipstick, that they wanted to like soften up the rest of her look more. But I don't think
With brown?
it didn't work very well. And
With
they do
shit?
it's just
Sorry.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm like so upset about all the brown. I'm like, black is chic, put her in more
Mhm.
black or grays, a dark
Great,
gray,
yeah.
a
Yeah.
charcoal. Put
If
her
you
in
want
charcoal.
something softer, yeah.
Again,
Uh,
don't have a fashion sense, but come on.
yeah. I know. I'm not a fan of brown. Much rather have black or gray or white or anything else, really.
I
Anyway,
would never want to wear white.
I mean,
Not
yeah, I
even
don't.
a white t-shirt.
That's I don't wear whitey.
Spaghetti will get on that. I will not eat
I
spaghetti,
know.
but
Yeah,
spaghetti will get on the shirt.
yeah,
I'll have my period on the shirt. Like everything bad will happen on the
yeah.
white shirt.
Mhm. It
Mhm.
doesn't on the other stuff, even though it would be
We
hidden.
can't
It's
see
only if you wear
it.
white.
Anyways, what were we talking about? I'm so sorry.
No, what was I gonna say? Oh, I think it's because they tried, I mean, it's such a quick process. And what they were
Hmm.
saying is like the clothes don't fit her very well because I don't know, I think she had kind of like a smaller upper body and
Hmm.
like she was more like pear-shaped, which
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to find like jeans that'll fit your waist and your hips and whatever, like for everyone. But then they are so focused on like, oh, you need to get things tailored and whatever. But it's such a like 3-day process where they don't do that. They do
Yeah.
just find clothes on the shelf and then they still don't fit well.
I also think that their idea of what a woman can show in the chest is was horribly puritanical.
Oh, yeah. They were saying that one of the mannequins, they had a V-neck thing, and he was like, "This is quite a deep V," so he added a camisole. It's like, no,
I would wear that to a Catholic church,
right?
okay?
I wouldn't go to a Catholic church, but yeah.
I've had to go to Catholic churches. Yeah, okay. First of all, that was ugly as sin.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of the outfits they picked out were ugly.
Yeah.
There were so many flats, so many
Hmm.
flat shoes in this,
Yeah.
and it hurt my feet to watch because I only wore flats for years and years and years, and my
Yeah.
stinky little hurdy feet. And now I have real big problems with my feet because my they were not meant for flat shoes. I have very high arches. I
Yeah.
I buy Skechers high arch shoes now. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm that girl. I'm old. And I do like the pointy toed ones though. They're real
I do
cute.
too. Those were cute. Yeah. There was, I mean, she would wear flats and heels,
Hmm.
not any sort of like sneaker or anything, which,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you
Candy.
know what? Okay, they record them secretly, which, by the way, another thing, if you record me secretly, I'm
Yeah,
never talking to you again. I
yeah.
don't want to look at myself
I
on
know,
video
it's rough.
ever. And one of the outfits they were shit talking was when she was working out. She was like going on a walk with her friend. I was like, why are you
Yeah,
shit talking her pants when she's literally going for a walk?
right.
She was wearing
Yeah,
athletic pants that were a little too short. Oh, fucking no.
yeah,
Come on, Stacy and Clinton.
yeah. Get it together.
But yeah, she had nothing in between the heel and the flattest shoe ever. So
Hmm.
you know that in this year of 2025, her feet hurt.
I'm sure they do. I am absolutely sure. My gosh.
Oh my. What really got me, which is someone who is fat and has gained a lot of weight over the years, is that when she's like disparaging herself about losing weight, she talks about not feeling comfortable or sexy in clothes. And I like
Hmm.
that she says it, and I wish that they would have helped her feel that
Hmm.
sexiness a lot more.
Right.
Because they put her in like such dowdy clothes, and I'm like, well,
Mhm.
she wants to feel sexy. That's not gonna make her
Right.
feel sexy.
No, it's not. Yeah.
I think that the only outfit that they got right with that one is that dress she's wearing in the big reveal at the end. That is cute. That was so cute. It was
That
like
one was really
kind
cute.
of lingerie-ish. I
Hmm.
want that dress. It was very cute and it was sexy, but it also and it was pin-uppy and it looked so good on her body. And the color,
Hmm.
it was like a deep purple. It looked great on her. And I'm like, why? This is good.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they really didn't. I don't know. I haven't watched any other episodes recently, and I want to because I feel like they used to go into that more, but I don't know if it was just this episode or if I just like remember it being different than it actually was. Because I specifically remember them doing like more with here's how to like emphasize certain parts and like dude, like I feel like they didn't really do that.
I think you're absolutely correct that they did used to do that more.
Yeah.
I will say for a friggin' hour-long show, this was 45 minutes without commercials. Like you had the time.
Yeah.
Stop doing all the shots of New York City and like let's get to the fashion. What are you
Right.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of just like her shopping on her own and only buying shoes, not getting any clothes.
You know what? I totally respect that though, because like when I don't feel good with my body, but like I want to wear something good, it's like in her
Yeah.
shoes, you know?
Yeah.
She's like she
That
bought all
she
those
even said
shoes.
that. She was like, I'm glad I'm going to an accessory store because you're never too fat for necklaces and whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
That
I
all
know, it
broke
was
my
really
heart so
sad.
much.
It was really That's such a thing though. Like,
It made me sad how she talked about her body
yeah.
because that's how I feel about my body, and that's how we all have felt about our
Oh yeah,
bodies, you know?
absolutely. Same. Like no matter what size I am, and no matter what size anyone is, like it is hard to find just clothes that just fit well off the shelf. Like
Yeah.
they do need like tailor, which I don't do. I'm not saying I get my clothes tailored, but they need to be.
I was gonna say I have clothes that have like holes in them that I'm like, I'll I'll sew that one day, and I'm never gonna do
Right. But yeah, I think that that is a lot of the issue is that you're trying to fit into something that isn't, it's not going to fit anyone perfectly. It's just you need like custom made clothes.
For an episode like this, what they really should have done was like taught us how to get our clothes tailored.
Right. Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we gave you this much money and like go spend $1,000 but on tailoring, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. Find these things that you love that are
Hmm.
a little too big, and then they'll make them fit.
Yeah.
Then show the before and after with the tailoring. Now
Oh, that'd be
that's what I
so
want to
cool.
see.
Oh,
Like, here's how it looks, just straight off the rack.
what to
Here's how
tailored.
great it looks after. Yeah, what to tailor? That's what I want.
I would have loved that because I'm too much of a baby to get like anything tailored. Like I'm
I
just a
know, right?
baby.
Yeah.
I don't have any money. I can't get tailored.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna buy this thing from a big box store and not do anything with it.
Mhm. I'm just gonna buy my 50th black maxi dress and call
Yep.
it a day.
Yep.
That's it.
Gonna buy my I couldn't even tell you how many pairs of the exact same Levi's skinny jeans I've
I love
owned
that for you.
because I just keep buying them. They
Oh
get
yeah.
faded, just buy more.
I I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. I get it because yeah, when she's talking about, feeling comfortable and sexy and clothes, we find one thing and we're like, well, I like the way I look in this, so I'm just gonna wear
Yeah,
this every single day.
for the rest of my life.
Sadly though, I feel like she was just like so unsatisfied with the way that she looked that she just bought things
Hmm.
for cheap. It was just like I'll just wear this. She wasn't even like a lot of times pe when people talk about the things that the clothes that they own when they're on the show, they're like, I love this piece or like I look good with it and this and like kind of tell a story around it. And I don't think
Yeah.
she was attached to any of her clothes.
No, I don't think so
Even
either.
that gross jacket.
Yeah, she didn't really care. She was just like, it was cold. I needed it.
Yeah.
Needed to wear a jacket.
I'm not saying it's gross because it wasn't cute because it would have been cute, but it was like fur
Yeah,
matted on the collar. It was pretty gross.
it hadn't been like taken care of.
Yeah, which I get it. That's hard to
Yeah.
take care of.
Yeah, I feel like she was just focused on like, oh, I got this for really cheap, and that's why I liked it.
This show is so dated. It's so
Mhm.
2006 though.
It is. Because the style that they were showing was so bad.
Stacy London, I love you, babe, but in no world can a tweed slack go from day to night. Go fuck yourself. What are you
Why
talking
was that such a
about?
thing?
What are you, I mean, I get it because we loved a like business cash club look, but even I feel like a tweed slack would have been too far.
Oh yeah, nobody was wearing tweed slacks.
She was 30.
She was 30. They made, yeah. I feel like it was, I don't like you had to, in order to be professional, you just had to dress like way old.
And like I don't like that's fine. But the fact that she just kept saying like you can bring this from day to night, I'm like, no, you can't.
Right.
No,
Like,
you can't. She goes to the bar like that, and people are like, well, you just came from work.
yeah, yeah. Which is fine, nothing wrong with that, but like
But
it's
it's
not
not like, oh, you look fashionable.
right. Yeah. No.
I could not get over that. Oh, this look. I don't know if you can
Which one?
see.
Let me see. Oh yeah, that's not great.
Horrendous.
Yeah. I feel like the fit on that one is really bad too.
The fits were bad. And Stacy London, do not tell this woman that she can't wear that 70s dress when I see you wearing a dress that looks like it was made from a plaid suit.
Yes.
She was wearing like an office, like a dress that looked like a suit, but it was like an
Hmm.
office dress, and it was the
Yeah.
really ugly.
I liked the pink and black one. I
Oh,
don't know.
oh yeah.
That one was
Stacey London does not dress in a timeless way in this. I follow her on Instagram. She has a very like what do they call, like capsule closet kind of
yeah.
looks and like very like timeless, very put together with simple
Mhm.
looks, which is something I, wish I could do, but I just like don't have money or fashion sense, as I said. So she does that, but it's just like in 2003 to 2000, however many years you said 13?
2013, yeah.
She was always tr being trendy
Hmm.
in a way that when you watch them back, you're like, that's not fashion at all. That's just a thin woman wearing trends.
Yeah, exactly. That is true. I've seen those. There's like TikTok accounts where they'll be like, is this actually a good outfit or are they just skinny? It'll be like a mid-size or plus size person trying on the
Yeah, I
outfit
love those.
of a very thin person.
I mean, that's just that's like Bella Hadid's the whole thing. It's like if a fat woman wore that, you would be saying that she was trash.
Right. Yeah.
Which, like, yeah, great, she looks great in it, but like that's not fashion. It's just you look good in something. It's e sorry, but it's really easy to look good in things when you're very thin and
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, weird
Right.
concept, right?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And I think that it does get back to this whole thing where Stacey wasn't dressing this woman Jenny for like the person that she is and for the body she has. She's dressing her with what the trends say that she should be dressing. She's trying to make the trends work for this woman instead of
Mhm.
letting the like instead of finding her clothes that actually do work for her.
Right. Yeah. And that are actually like trying to help her find her sense of style.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I really wish that they would have helped her find who she was because the things
Mhm.
that she was naming that she liked were all over the place. And it
Mhm.
is hard. And I think that that is something that when you don't know your fashion set, like you don't really understand how you should dress. You just kind of buy whatever, and none of it
Mhm.
ever goes together, or like you don't wear it all the time. You don't know how to wear it, and so you just
Yeah.
end up accumulating so many clothes without really doing it with purpose.
Mhm.
And I think that that was Jenny's problem, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did not address that.
The show is obviously like in such a format that they just
Mhm.
do the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
And I wonder if on the new show they'll like get more into actually what the personal needs of the
Mhm.
person in question instead of just being like, well, here this is how we are going to work you into the show and work you into the clothes that I want you to wear.
Yeah. I do I can't remember what episode it was, but I remember that there was one where it was this woman who I think she owned like an art gallery or something, or she worked in an art gallery and she was very like artistic. She would wear like
Was it the woman
whatever.
with pink hair?
Yes, yes.
That she was an
Oh,
art student, but
okay,
I
yeah.
think she was graduating. I was thinking, I was just, you and
Yes.
I was just thinking that. And yes, and they did work with her and they made, because she had like a washed out, like pink hair.
Yeah. And they made it like vibrant, hot pink. Yeah. Because it was actually like her style. And they
Yeah.
like, yeah, just made it better. Just
Hmm.
accentuated what she was going for, helped her get there. This was not that.
That is exactly what I was thinking. That's so
Yeah.
like weird that that episode, I think that's pretty much the only one I remember, honestly.
Yeah. I remember that. And then the one where it was a guy and it was just like Clinton flirting with him the whole time.
Yes. We were like,
So
get it,
funny.
Clinton.
So good. I I think that her hair looked better before, honestly, too.
Okay.
It was too short.
Yes. I weirdly, okay, when they were highlighting it and they had pulled it back, I was like, she looks beautiful with her hair pulled back. I think that
Yeah.
she didn't need a bang.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they couldn't really like she had such short bangs. It's not like they
Yeah.
could
And short
do anything
hair
with
in
it, but
general.
yeah.
But it made me gasp. I was like, she has really nice, strong features. Like
Hmm.
she was very pretty and it was kind of hidden underneath those bangs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they did do a good job with the red lip. The red
They
lip
did.
looked
Yeah.
hot on her. She looked real
Yeah.
good on that. And I
Mm.
like how Carmindy taught her how to do the red lip.
Yes. That is they need the technique to feel comfortable doing.
I do agree though that her hair looked better. When they started with the makeover, like the face and the hair, I went, oh,
Mhm.
they're gonna do a reddish color. And then I went, oh, they're gonna do a taupe. Like I like for some reason those were the things that I was like, oh, I know these beats.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what they're gonna do.
What they're doing. Yes. Oh my
And they
gosh.
yeah, as soon as they started cutting her hair into that bob, I was like, don't do that.
I know, yeah.
Actually, okay, and obviously she can't have this because her hair was already like shoulder length, exactly.
Mhm.
But she needed to grow her hair into a long bob with some like curtain bangs or
Yes,
some like just
that would be
like a
super.
long bang
Yeah.
because she really had the face for it.
Hmm. Yeah. I liked that it was so like angled before. And I feel like in the after it was kind of like straight across and kind of like cut off like right in the
He
middle of
said
her
he
cheek.
was doing an angled bob, and I was
Yeah,
like,
and it
is
really
it?
wasn't. Like it was before. I want to see what she's up to now.
That is what they knew how to do to women's hair and makeup then.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. I'm very excited to see where whatever the F you want, what they do with it.
Yeah, me too. I really feel like they are taking it to heart. Like, hey, people have their own style and we don't need to follow trends. And
Hmm.
actually, it's very wasteful to follow trends.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, oh, giving someone who is from a 300 person town or
Oh my
wherever she's
gosh.
from, and
Yeah.
I knew that she had moved to Atlanta, but who is from a small town, $5,000 to spend in New York City is overwhelming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
And like I remember watching this with you and being like, I can't imagine spending $5,000. I would just like I would like be paralyzed by like the
Mhm.
thought of spending over $100 on anything,
Mhm. Yeah.
any piece of clothes,
And
and those clothes are expensive.
they're very expensive. Yeah. Even they said that that one pair of shoes was like $200.
Which
But
isn't like that expensive for that, I would say, but like for me, I would be like, ooh.
yeah. The kind of stores that they send them to also, like these little boutique stores, like those are they're not very accessible. They're not very like, like user friendly. Like you go in there and there's like five things. Like to be able to go in and like create an outfit
Hmm.
is very hard in one of those kinds of stores.
Yeah.
So I really feel like they should send them to like, you know, Macy's or whatever, like,
Yeah, Bloomingdale's.
right, where there's a lot more options, but it's still like higher end.
Yeah, the amount of sizes that they have at those places are
Mhm.
very small, which
Yeah,
is probably
very
why she was
limited.
having trouble finding things too.
Hmm.
Because like you
Yeah.
said, she was more of an apple shaped, and that's not like a, the shape that is on
Hmm.
trend at the moment.
Yeah.
I think that they had a bunch of like they can't film in bigger stores.
Right, yeah. They can't like shut it down for for an
Yeah.
hour so that they can use it.
But you're so like, yeah, sending them to those little boutiques is just like asking them not to be able to find anything.
Hmm.
And those clothes are so specialized too.
Yeah, yeah.
Send her to Bloomingdale's and she could like there's so many options that you could be like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I get it. I can put these together and then this kind of looks
Right.
like this." And
Setting them up for failure.
yeah,
Stacy.
come on.
Come on.
Stace and Clint.
Yeah. Jeez, Louise.
I like it when she tried to put together an outfit. Okay, this show isn't mean, but Clinton had some snarky comments that made me laugh really hard, and she
Yeah.
put on this outfit
Oh,
with like
the
this blazer and this green
yes.
shirt, and Clinton was like, "She looks like Kermit the Frog's mother," and that made me
How
laugh.
funny. Because it was so the sleeves were so long. They were like 6 inches past her hands. Like what was going
Yeah, it's like Kermit's mother's hands.
Yes. I don't understand what was supposed to be happening with that shirt.
She's like, "I don't think these look good together,"
Yeah.
and Stacy's like, "No,
Like
they don't."
that was the worst stuff. Oh my.
Clinton kept on making like comments about her clothes looking very like Little House on the Prairie, which is an insult that I really appreciate.
That was a good one. That one shirt in the beginning.
Yeah, the thing is that her clothes didn't look, they weren't cute. They didn't look good on her. She didn't like them.
She didn't even like him. Yeah.
I think what she was reacting to at the start was that her friends saw her as someone who didn't look good. And that has to hurt. Like
Oh yeah.
hearing your friends have been looking at you and thinking you look like shit,
Mhm.
that's hurtful.
Yeah, it is. That would suck.
Like I do remember there was like a lot of mothers with a lot of children that would come on the show. And I feel like the way that that was handled was by being like, "Hey, you don't have time and you don't make time to love yourself and like
Mhm.
be not a mom.
Yeah.
And like we want to help you find that again." And I
Mhm.
liked that framing of it.
Mhm.
And I feel like
Yeah.
here it was just kind of like, well, you look like shit. Here are some clothes. I guess
Yeah.
you could wear these, but I don't know, it's just like this one felt really flat because they just like didn't know what to do with her.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was going to be a fun one because of the way that it was described, but I do, like you said, I don't think that really was even her style. I think she just grabbed whatever, you know, whatever she could find that was cheap and just went with it.
I think it was her style and the way that she wore like a red lip and pumps. And I was kind of thinking about that, how that was kind of the only thing that she actually had out of this whole pinup aesthetic.
Hmm.
And I thought about how a lot of that's like the aesthetic of a lot of fat women. They get really into pinup culture.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I was kind of working through my mind. I was like, I feel like that's a thing, right? And I looked it up, and there was this Refinery 29 article about fat women who use the pinup style to reclaim visibility,
Hmm.
because even though these women back in the 50s, 60s weren't thin, it was a time when we did celebrate curves a lot more, and it was the
Right.
closest to having visibility for fat women for a very, very long time.
Hmm.
And I want to read this quote that I thought was really beautiful, and as someone who loves makeup, it really got me.
Yeah.
So after this, the writer of this article put on red lipstick for the first time. She said, "I was still just as fat. My cheeks and chins were visible as ever. Still, I felt different. It was as though I saw the person I might become if I stopped trying to hide or shrink or become altogether invisible."
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think that that was kind of, even though she didn't know how to actually, or couldn't afford to dress in the pinup style, it's very expensive, couldn't find things in her budget or that fit her to dress up pinup. I think that she was still claiming these, like the bold lip and the pump aesthetic, because it was available to her, because
Yeah.
she, somewhere deep inside of her, she was like, this is something that I like, that is sexy and makes me feel
Hmm.
sexy and
Yeah.
makes me feel seen,
Right.
even though
Yeah.
my clothes don't really fit my inside, because she was funny and she was clever
Mhm.
and like
She
she seemed like
was.
a really nice woman.
Yeah. I, I feel like in the beginning they were like, because she did like the improv and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Stacy was like, we could appreciate that as like actors, whatever. And then once they got on stage, Clinton was like so mean to her about it.
To be fair, when I was watching that and they immediately said improv, I went, "Oh, no." No. I hate improv so much. I get such a secondhand embarrassment
Oh
from
God.
it. I hate it so much. So I'm
Oh
sorry.
no.
I respect it if you guys like it, but oh my God. Makes you want to cry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
Continue.
goodness. Oh no, he was like, oh, we get it. You're kooky. You do improv. I'm so clicky. What? Clinton, calm down.
He was being a real sass with
He
that.
was. He was. I don't. I went to see who's live anyway. Whose Line Is It Anyway live show. That was great.
You know, I used to really like Whose Line Is It Anyway? I think I could probably still watch it,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know. It makes me deeply uncomfortable. I feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. That's like a personal problem, and I get that. I don't like stand-up comedy either. I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes like things, even if I know that as a whole, like improv is like fun for the people that are doing it and for some of the people watching. And but I feel like so much comedy like can get so mean, and I hate mean
Yeah.
things, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm.
Which is what I was really afraid of this show being. And
Hmm.
it really surprised me in that way, that it wasn't as mean as I thought it was going to be, which I really
I was kind of
appreciated.
surprised too. Yeah.
It was like snarky, but it was funny. Like it
Right. It
wasn't
wasn't
like
like
deep.
attacking her personally. Like,
No.
yeah. Pleasant surprise.
And the thing is, it might have been because she didn't really care that much about her clothes. So like
Hmm.
who knows if other episodes like are a little meaner.
Yeah.
I wish that they would have helped her find what she was looking for.
Yeah. Me too. But they would have turned her into Victorian futuristic pinup.
That would have been so cool.
Yes.
Oh, that would have been amazing. I would have loved to see what, like, that is what I would like to see, yes.
Mhm.
That style, just in general.
Make it happen.
Do you know what Stacy and Clinton's expertise is in? Like, do you know what their background is to like make them people that like know what the fuck they're talking about?
I did look into it a little bit. So Stacy, she started out her career as a fashion assistant at Vogue,
Okay.
and she was like a celebrity stylist. She became eventually the senior fashion editor at Mademoiselle magazine.
Oh,
So she's like pretty
yeah, hell yeah.
got her stuff.
That does show me that she very much is into trends.
True. Yeah. Working at a magazine where, yeah, I mean, every month you're putting out these.
Yeah, you have to. Like that's the name
Yeah,
of the game. But
right.
that is a very impressive resume.
It is. Yeah. And then Clinton, I didn't write his down as much because let me see. He had kind of a more different variety of things. He was a freelance writer and editor. He also became an editor at Mademoiselle. I wonder if that's
Okay.
where they
That's where they
met.
met. Yeah. Cute.
Probably. He does also like interior design and he's on the Chew now, of course. There was, or what, I don't know if it's still on, but he was for a
I
long
don't think
time.
so.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is quite as like totally fashion, but
Yeah, he's more of a lifestyle guy,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. Because I mean, his outfits don't really stray from it. He has a uniform. He wears like
Oh
a
yeah.
button up. He
Mhm.
wears like a sweater, like he
Has a
wears a lot
sweater
of,
over it.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I remember hearing in the past that those two had a bit of a feud.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what it was about exactly, but I think yeah, they didn't talk for quite some time.
I
Like
mean, they were
a little
coworkers,
dirt.
you know.
A 10-year feud. Oh my. Kelly's 2017 book hinted at tension between them. Oh my gosh. He wrote about having conflicting feelings for London, ranging from adoration to disdain.
That is saucy.
Oh, she blocked him on social media.
Mm. I would
Goodness.
too if someone said that about me.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I would just keep watching their stories.
Yeah. But they're better now.
They're back now. Interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
And I know that Stacey London came out as a later in life lesbian, which
Hmm.
love that for
Yeah.
her. I feel like a lot of women celebrities are doing that, and I
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah. The compet, man, it's real.
Compet.
Yep.
I getting just flashing back to the show real quick. This episode. At the end, Jenny says she's finally seeing herself in a technicolor version of herself as she's wearing only brown.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to me?
I can't. I don't understand that one bit.
That made me almost as mad as bringing tweed pants from day to night, honestly. I can't get over it. I will never get over that.
No. No. Why not just like a nice black slack? Like, does it have to be tweed?
If we want to play into the gothiness and kind of give her more color, why not a red, a scarlet?
Yeah.
Like I said, that dark purple dress at the end was
Mhm.
beautiful. And it was
Yeah.
so like that is exactly what I think of an updated pinup look. Because
Hmm.
it was like a kind of a lingerie night outfit kind of thing, which
Yeah.
is my everything I want in an outfit,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
I think they did her
I
dirty.
think I did too.
Yeah.
She needs to go on the new show.
I wonder
Update.
if they'll have anyone on from
I
the
don't
old
know.
show.
That would be fun. Show the old clips and
See where they're at now.
yeah.
I I think a show like this is so interesting because of the way that we like see fashion as like so frivolous and like so women centered. But then
Mhm.
if you don't dress right, then you're such a piece of garbage and you look like
Right.
shit.
Yeah. Like you can't win.
It's obviously, yeah, it obviously has to do with the patriarchy. I want it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Right.
Um, but it is I don't know, it is interesting to see something like this and like to think and hope that a new show that has kind of the same premise will do better for women because
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's not as mean as we remember it being, it
Mhm.
is a show that is around to like tell women that they aren't good enough with what they
Right.
are
Yeah. Yep.
at the end of the day. And even when they are doing nice things like being like, hey, we want you to find what you're looking for. But with an episode like this, they didn't help her find what she was looking for, what she was
No.
missing in her
Hmm.
life, which I mean, it's just like TLC in 2006 was not going to help her do that.
No, definitely not.
And I just think that like as two people who grew up with this, but then like have experienced the world of like lifestyle blogging and then TikTok and Instagram and all that, it's just
Mhm.
like it's so weird to see something like this where feel like it's so unfulfilled, whereas like lifestyle bloggers are trying to fill that space for you at all times.
Yes. Yeah. Right. It's so different.
It's so different. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm. Um, uh, you have anything else?
This is just a fun little trip down memory lane, you know?
It was fun to see what 2006 looked like, and I think that any of the young gals who want to dress Y2K should really go watch something like this and see that it
They
was
should,
all
yeah.
real ugly.
See what it actually looked like, because you don't want to wear that, man.
Don't want to wear
Oof.
it. I was thinking for our next full episode.
Yes.
I was kind of in the makeover. I'm like, makeover. We love a makeover. What is a good makeover piece of media?
Mm.
And maybe, and since it is gonna be May, kind of musical May birthday, my birthday month.
Yes.
Movies I loved growing up and can't get enough of. The one of the ultimate makeover movies, Grease. What do you think of that?
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yes. I would love that.
Yes, because I've been on kind of like a a Rizzo kick. I've been thinking about Rizzo a lot, and I really
Yeah.
want to talk about her.
Yes.
She's
Love
one of
it.
my all-time favorite characters, along with Jessica Wakefield. So,
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm down.
but next week we'll have a little bonus episode, chatting about the new show.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Whatever that
We'll
you want.
Yeah, it was fun going down TLC memory lane. Another show for the basement years.
Yep. It sure was.
Basement Buddies. Is that the name of our listeners? Basement Buddies?
Yes.
Yeah.
We keep them trapped in our basement.
I like that too. I like all of the connotations of that.
Yeah.
Our basement buddies. You can find us on Instagram at Nostalgic Nightcaps. You should rate and review on whatever platform you are currently listening on and share with us. Ashley?
Uh, describe your style in 3 words, in three of the weirdest words you can think of.
I love that. Oh my God, I should have done another generator. That would
Oh
be
my gosh.
fun.
Yes.
How would you describe it? Oh, I forgot to say. Okay, quickly. I was thinking about this woman, how she tr like was saying that she was pinup, but not really. But she was wearing
Mhm.
this like short sleeve button up blouse, and I was like,
Yeah.
Ashley definitely owned shirts like this. And
Oh yeah.
was going, I was going through both of our old Facebook pictures because I wanted to
Oh my
see.
gosh.
I didn't know how far back they went. I wanted to see if I could pick out any good fashion pictures. It only went to like 2007. But there
Mm.
is a picture of you in like 2009-ish where you were
Yeah.
in your little pinup phase
Oh
and
my
you looked
gosh.
so cute. You had a
Yes.
shirt just like that and you had the little victory roll and
Mhm.
red lipstick. And I had
Yes.
totally forgotten that you had that phase.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wish I was still in it. Too lazy now.
Oh, it's so much work.
So much work. Oh my goodness.
That's what Jane from Daria found out, okay?
I know,
It's a
yeah.
lot of work.
It is.
On that note, bye.
Yeah. See you next time.